Hey guys, so I'm over here at Walmart because I want to check out their skincare, and I thought I'd take you guys. And CeraVe has this new psoriasis marketing out, and it's all 2% salicylic acid based products. Okay, so they have a face wash that's 2% salicylic acid. I believe it has some of their ceramides in it, so it's essentially marketed towards people with psoriasis, but in my opinion, people with acne could probably use it, although CeraVe would probably freak out if they knew I was telling you that. But what I think is interesting is, remember the CeraVe SA cleanser that you guys were using when we first met, kind of in the beginning of my channel, and a lot of you were getting dryness because salicylic acid doesn't do well around the eyes. Remember how CeraVe wouldn't disclose the percentage strength of their salicylic acid in that face wash? Well, now in their psoriasis one, they have a 2% salicylic acid face wash, so go figure. But I'm intrigued by this CeraVe Psoriasis Moisturizing Cream. It has 2% salicylic acid in it. I am imagining that this would be very, very helpful for keratosis pilaris on the upper arms a few nights a week, you know, those thick and bumpy spots, as well as quote-unquote ashy skin on the lower legs and kind of dry skin. But be careful with this. If you put it on the body, make sure that it's not something you put on the body in the day and go out in the sun, because it will, especially if you're naive to the salicylic acid, it will start to thin the top layer of your skin, make you predisposed to a little bit more sun damage. Okay, so that's always something to bear in mind with BHA, which is salicylic acid. But yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by this cream in that manner. I bet this would also be really wonderful on your winter feet, right? Whose feet are starting to look like gargoyles? Mine sure are. So I think that would be great in that regard.
Doubt, or do you think maybe?
Putting everything back nicely. Now, I recently tried CeraVe's eczema body oil lotion, and I did not really care for it. It was too goopy. It was like a plant oil based one, but it does have ceramides in it. But I'm intrigued by their eczema soothing body wash here. Has anybody used this? Looks like it would be relatively gentle. It has castor oil, ceramides, yeah, and omega oils. But yeah. Now, as far as Cetaphil, I do like the Cetaphil moisturizing cream. It's not quite as good as CeraVe in the tub, but it is fragrance-free, and the only thing it doesn't have is ceramides in it, but this is a good moisturizer for the body. I really like this one. Likewise, their eczema calming body wash. This one seems relatively gentle. Oh, and it's shea butter based, so that's really good. It's fragrance free, which is perfect if you have dry and inflamed skin, so I like that one. But remember what I told you guys, that the whole hypoallergenic marketing thing is like completely wrong. 9 times out of 10, you pick something up that says hypoallergenic, you turn it around, it has one of the most common allergens in it, fragrance. So it's a total lie. Don't fall for that. No fragrance here. I'm rocking Stevie Wonder in this Walmart here. Who doesn't love Stevie Wonder? Anyways, Curel has done a really good job with a lot of their moisturizers. I am a fan of their moisturizers. They're a little bit watery, but they're on the thicker side for most lotions, so I like them. And this one that's fragrance free happens to be fantastic. And I also like it because it has ceramides. So you guys who can't get CeraVe in your countries, can you get Curel? Because Curel has some good body moisturizers that are fragrance free, don't have a lot of don't have any garbagey ingredients in them, and have ceramides. And this one I happen to be a huge fan of. They're here at Walmart. It's clocking in at $7.97, so it's affordable. Like CeraVe, they also market with the eczema seal of approval to an eczema crown. So they have this one that's itch defense, also fragrance free. Let's see what the salient ingredient in this is. This one has a little bit of olive oil. That's kind of the distinguishing feature, and it's shea butter based as well. Also has ceramides in it. So these two I think are really good for dry winter skin. Okay, and then they have this Ultra Healing Intensive Lotion for extra dry, tight skin. And then they have kind of a Blue Label original formula that is shea butter based and also has ceramides in it. So know that. This is their most expensive kind of body moisturizing thing. I've tried this before and I actually enjoy it, but it's not something I would repurchase. Their Hydrotherapy Wet Skin Moisturizer. You put this on in the shower. For those of you who don't like putting moisturizers on throughout the day, although you need to, honestly. I don't see an Equate version of Curel, unfortunately. They have an Equate version of Gold Bond, which, let's see. Gold Bond also has some fairly decent body moisturizers here. They've got this one. Gold Bond unfortunately has fragrance in it, so I'm not really that jazzed about it. This healing one with aloe has fragrance, and it doesn't have ceramides. It's really not offering much. It's a little more expensive. Equate has their version of it, which is far less expensive, but also has fragrance. Okay, so FYI, anytime there's an Equate version of something, just go with the Equate version. Honestly, they're pretty similar, at least in my experience. Their ingredients tend to be identical, and they're much cheaper. I believe that likewise goes for other drugstore generic brands. Okay, Aveeno has some fantastic body moisturizers, and in fact there is a Ibotta coupon right now for there's an Ibotta rebate right now for, I think, $2 cash back on any Aveeno baby product. And you don't have to be a baby to use their moisturizers marketed to babies, because I've got news for you. Like, they have one marketed for babies that's a moisturizing balm. And honestly, like, it's exactly the same thing as this. I love this itch relief balm. It is so nice, but it is on the pricier side. This one is fantastic for people who don't like that sticky feel of the thick moisturizer. This one's nice and hydrating. It's a colloidal oatmeal based, which pretty much all the Aveeno products are. Colloidal oatmeal is really hydrating. It has ceramides in it. It's fragrance free. So this one in the tub is like one that I really, really enjoy and I really recommend. I love it. It actually is fragrance free. Hypoallergenic is just a marketing gimmick term, so ignore that, but I like it. Likewise, their Skin Relief Moisture Repair Cream is pretty good. This is a thicker cream, so you may not like it as much as the balm. The balm just has a nicer texture, but it's $17.97 versus the Skin Relief Cream at $11.97. So give this one a whirl. The way to put these on is put them on wet skin right out of the shower. They'll sink into the skin, seal the water in there, and keep you from getting dry skin on the body. So yeah, I am guilty of loving the Stress Relief Moisturizing Lotion with lavender. I haven't tried this pink one. What fragrance does that have in it? But the fragrance is always a problem in these. But Aveeno sneaks fragrance into some of their more zen looking lines here. So skip those if you really want to be cautious. Okay. And then see, here's the trick, guys. Things that come in a pump like this, as far as body moisturizers, they're going to be a lot more watery. So they're not going to necessarily combat a really, really bad bout of dry skin. You want something thicker that says cream. That's usually the best thing to go for when you're like really, really struggling. And then these lotions should be maintenance. But this Eczema Therapy Moisturizing Cream that Aveeno has is a fantastic one. But the Aveeno Eczema Therapy Moisturizing Cream is also really great. This is a great one to throw in your bag, take with you to work. Just keep putting on your arms and everything. If you happen to be in a Walmart, near a Walmart, get the Equate version, identical, like so much cheaper, right? So much cheaper. So yeah, I really like those. Okay, I'm coming down here to the bottom feeders. All of these green, they've got some, this is one that I actually like here. That's Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion with SPF 15. Even though SPF 15 is kind of wimpy, it is kind of nice that you're using it as a moisturizer on the body. You may be indoors all day, and this is just something to give you a little added SPF with moisturizing, with a nice moisturizing lotion as well. So I like that. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite is Useroom. They really do a phenomenal job. I mean, they are a close competitor with CeraVe, in my opinion, as far as their body moisturizers, with the top one, in my opinion, being this Advanced Repair Ceramide 3. and natural moisturizing factor enriched. This is fantastic. I love this product. Can't say enough good things about it. The intensive repair one has a little bit of acid in it, so this is better for areas on the body that are a little thick and scaly. The acid is pretty low concentration, and will just kind of help soften some of that stuff. And the idea behind this professional repair one, they put urea in it. Urea will do a very similar thing as the alpha hydroxy acid in this one. So there's not a striking difference as far as what intensive repair is offering you and what professional repair is offering you. They're two thick, fragrance-free moisturizing lotions that are good for, kind of scaly, dry, rough skin. This one has alpha hydroxy acid to lightly get rid of some of the ashy, scaly stuff. This one has urea for the same price. So, yeah. And then Equate has their version of it that has, this one has alpha hydroxy acid in it. So that one is much cheaper. So go with that if I were you. So I'm really excited. I kind of want to try this. Has anyone tried it? It's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost for sensitive skin, fragrance-free, gentle cleansing lotion. I think this looks fantastic for as a cleanser. It is a fragrance-free, melts into skin, has hyaluronic acid, like I said, no fragrance. Has anyone tried this? I'm thinking that this might be a good one, but it's really expensive at $7.93. Honestly, I would probably go with the, the marketing and the packaging here is really cute, and if you like it, I can see it. It's $1.44 per ounce here at Walmart, which always has the cheapest prices. But in my opinion, a better option would be the Ultra Gentle Hydrating Cleanser Creamy Formula at 68.5 cents per ounce. This works swimmingly, as I said the other night, as the second step in my double cleanse method, wherein you remove dirt, oil, and makeup with a cleansing oil or cleansing balm, and then remove the oil from your face with a face wash. This one works fantastic doing that. Fantastic. I also like the foaming one. I don't find the foaming one to be the least bit drying, but some people do find it drying, so there's that. I'm looking at the new Hydro Boost Hydrating Gel Masks, and I am kind of excited to try these guys. I'm disappointed that everything in this line has fragrance in it. I would have hoped that Neutrogena would have marketed one for the sensitive skin demographic that we could have relied on that didn't have fragrance, but I'm not seeing it here. I wonder what the brightening one has in it. B3. Oh, cool. Alright, I might have to try those sometime. Have any of you guys tried them? Do they brighten? Alright, I'm over here at the Cetaphil products, and I really like this Cetaphil Redness Relieving Night Moisturizer. Has anyone used this? I think it's a pretty good one. It's fragrance-free, and it has a little bit of, I think it's shea butter based. It also has ceramides in it, and it's got a little bit of licorice root extract, which will be brightening, as I mentioned before. And it clocks in at $1.22 per ounce. Not a bad price. This one I like if you're going for like a brightening, moisturizing type product. So I recommend that one. Yeah, I think that this offers similar to what a lot of the like Dr. Jart's and expensive kind of brightening moisturizers offer, and then it has ceramides in it. It's fragrance free, and it also has licorice root extract, which can impart a brightening effect. And I believe it also has niacinamide, which I'll talk about with you guys I think next week. But niacinamide is a fantastic ingredient as a moisturizer. Many people complain that it causes a little bit of stinging and irritation. That was reported in the studies on topical niacinamide. In the studies, however, the people who reported that found that it went away after continued use. But you guys seem to refute that in the comments, so that's really interesting to me. Oh, as far as acne, as far as benzoyl peroxide, Equate's got a great looking dupe here for Panoxyl foaming body wash. This would be a good one if you've got acne prone areas on the body, clocking in at $6.23. This is basically an Equate version of Panoxyl. You guys know I enjoy Panoxyl. This is my benzoyl peroxide based body wash for breakout areas on the body, but Equate has a much more affordable version of it. You could also use the bar, but honestly, I think the bar would be way too drying. I would skip the bar and just go with this wash. And I would... Honestly, the way to use a wash like that, though, is lather it up, let it sit on the skin for, you know, a few minutes, and then rinse it off. Yes, it is effective that way. It gets into the oil-bearing surfaces very quickly, and then rinse it off and follow it up with a thick moisturizer on top to combat the dryness that will occur. One of the reasons that I like using it in the wash form like that, I think I've talked about before, is that as opposed to the leave-on products, you wash it off, and so you don't run the risk of it bleaching your towels. Because benzoyl peroxide, guys, if you're not familiar, will bleach your fabrics. No, it does not bleach your skin, but it will bleach your fabrics, so be aware of that. All right, but now that we're in the acne section, I just want to draw your attention. You know, I was talking about how CeraVe's got their psoriasis face wash, which is basically a 2% salicylic acid face wash, okay? You all know I've used the Neutrogena oil-free acne wash in the past, and I really like it. It's a great 2% salicylic acid, or BHA, face wash, marketed to a demographic for acne, whereas the CeraVe face wash is marketed to a demographic with psoriasis, but they're the same active ingredient, 2% salicylic acid, okay? The Equate version is also really fantastic and is much cheaper, and is cheaper than the Neutrogena one. So again, always go with the generic one. Equate is fantastic. I have used the Equate one in the past and I do like it. As far as the pink grapefruit one, honestly, there is absolutely no difference between this and I think there's a green one of this as well. They all have 2% salicylic acid, okay? I don't think they have the face wash here. They have the scrub. I don't like the scrubs because those can be too drying and irritating, but they all pretty much offer the same thing. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. The oil-free acne wash, the green one. This one is the same thing too, 2% salicylic acid. And really the difference between this orange one and the pink one that they don't have here, the pink oil-free acne wash, is the way it smells, okay? It's the composition of the fragrance. All of these have fragrance, unfortunately. All right, let's see what the acne proofing gel cleanser is. This is a new product by Neutrogena, maximum strength salicylic acid. Okay, again, another 2% salicylic acid face wash. Always look at the active ingredient. Like, don't pay attention to all this garbage that they put on here. The active ingredient is essentially the same. I think what differs in this one is that it's kind of more gel-based, so it's probably a little bit thicker and gloopier and feels a little different. And you know, maybe you tolerate the vehicle better, but the active ingredient is the same. I'm interested though, have any of you guys tried this? As far as these light-based devices that Neutrogena offers, I hear really good things. I only caution you guys because the outputs on these are incredibly variable, but if you're willing to spend 20 bucks on it, and people claim they work, I suppose. The rationale here is that it uses blue and red light, which, yes, are effective adjuvants in targeting Propionic acnes bacteria, which plays a role in acne pathogenesis. So yes, this is an effective modality, blue and red light, to improve the inflammatory lesions of acne, safe in pregnancy. However, as opposed to what you would get in a doctor's office, the outputs on these can be very variable. That being said, I have heard really good things from consumers about both this spot treatment stick as well as their entire face mask here. So yeah, in my opinion though, I think doing the entire face mask would be like a better bet than the spot treatment doohickey, because you're getting more of a field effect on the entire face versus like just spot treating something. That would just be my opinion. But Neutrogena has to sell more than one thing, so they came out with a stick version, and that makes sense, I suppose. But honestly, if there were one thing that I wish would die in skincare, it would be serum, okay? I have yet to find a serum that doesn't do anything but rob the wallet and set you up for allergic contact dermatitis. There's really no serum that I have run across that would be anything that I could feel confident in. Alright, you guys always want me to recommend makeup, which I just cannot be bothered using myself, and I'm always like, I have no idea. And honestly, there's not a single makeup that is not problematic. There really is not. I mean, they all can worsen acne, they all can dry out the skin. If you have rosacea, it's like gosh, there's really just not one that's good. And yeah, they are associated with innumerable problems, so it's really hard for me to recommend them. But Neutrogena has some pretty decent makeups that I have experimented with in the past. This is a terrible product, however. Their skincare clearing complexion perfector. I mean, they were trying to put salicylic acid in a makeup, which is just a bad idea, to be honest with you. I think what they should make clear on the packaging here is that this is probably one of those kind of things you might want to spot mask a pimple with, but you do not want to use this like under your eyes or anything. These are super drying because of a combination of both the BHA in there as well as the pigments and everything. The anti-aging perfector, however, I think is pretty good as far as just like an under eye kind of giving the skin a dewy look. I wish they didn't put retinol in it though. I don't have much confidence in the retinol in there, but it's unlikely to be effective because it requires the skin to perform an additional step on it to get it to its active state. So I don't have any confidence in this retinol that's in here, and they should have just left it out because, you know, retinols and retinoids on the face during the day, they can theoretically become compromised by light exposure, and that's when you're going to want to use something like this. It's great though that they put an SPF in it though. I like that component about it because you definitely will need that, and I have tried this one and it does go on pretty nicely. So I like the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Anti-Aging Perfector, but it's $12.77. It's too expensive. I think the tinted Elta MD one that I've used in the past is a far better price point, to be honest with you, as far as a product. I just think that it blends in well. It has a better sunscreen. It doesn't have that retinol in it. I think it's better if you're going to go for a tinted makeup kind of thing with a sunscreen in it. I think it's much better. I'll list it down below for you guys. Oh, but I really enjoy their revitalizing lip balms with sunscreen in them. The sunscreen ingredient in this is octinoxate and oxybenzone. They've done a really nice job with this formulation, and it is pretty moisturizing. I really like these. They have some nice tints to them. I think I've done the Sunny Berry one before, and it's really pretty. So I like these. Almay has some relatively decent kind of makeups that are sort of similar to the Neutrogena ones, but a little bit more affordable, I believe. No, actually they're just as pricey. Pardon me, I don't buy makeup that often, but I've used Almay in the past, and I like their CC cream, honestly. I think I've tried that before, and it is pretty good. It is fragrance-free, which is great. I don't know why they always put fragrance in makeups, but this one is fragrance-free, and I think it's nice. I wish they offered more shades, however. I mean, it's kind of like light, medium, and tan, but I mean, honestly, to my black friends out there, like, you can't use this. I mean, why did they stop there? Like, there's so many more shades out there than just these three. So that's a real shortcoming, I think, in a lot of drugstore makeups. I mean, comment below, but they just don't offer the color spectrum. And then it just ends up, I think, being a battle. Neutrogena, actually, in their shine control over here, has done a pretty good job, I guess. They have some darker shades. Like I said, I don't wear makeup. I have no idea what any of this stuff looks like on. But the thing I like about these shine control ones is that they're titanium dioxide based sunscreen, so that's really good. Don't rely exclusively on these though. You still need a broad spectrum sunscreen. So yeah, I can't comment on the aesthetics of the shine control versus the long wear because I'm not a makeup wearer, but I have heard good things about these as far as makeups, and in my opinion they're very good because they offer a mineral based sunscreen, and I think they're pretty good because they offer a mineral sunscreen. So the way I think they're nice to use is if you use a titanium dioxide based physical sunscreen on your face and it has that white cast, I think these are great for coming in on top after they've dried and kind of camouflaging some of that white. I think they're good. I would definitely let your titanium dioxide sunscreen set up and then come on over and try and blend them together. But yeah, I like that Neutrogena has done that in these. with a lot of darker shades. Way to go, Neutrogena. Yeah, in my opinion, Neutrogena offers some of the best drugstore makeup. That being said, but do know I'm really biased, okay, because Neutrogena is always at our meetings and they've given me samples to try out, so I'm biased. I don't wear makeup. That's really the only makeup kind of skincare targeting makeup that I've ever tried, so I'm pretty biased. That's why I don't really talk much about makeup, because I don't use it, and the only ones I've ever really experimented with are the Neutrogena ones. But guys, I managed to escape Walmart empty-handed. Oh, except I got a bottle of sage for some Thanksgiving recipes, so get excited. I'm excited for Turkey Day. But yeah, you all have been asking me to go into Walmart and kind of check out some of the skincare. And this time of year in particular, I think everybody's looking for a good body moisturizer, so hopefully that was helpful. You know, they've got some good ones. Curel, I like. CeraVe, I obviously love. Vanity Cream, I obviously love. Aveeno, fantastic. And Cetaphil also has some good body moisturizers as well. Generic versions of those are phenomenal. The Equate brands here at Walmart, I would say go with. As far as makeup, you all, I mean, I'm sorry, I just can't really ever comment on that, and I'm biased by Neutrogena. But honestly, they offer a pretty good spectrum of colors. Comment below, do you use some of those Neutrogena makeup products? I'd be interested to know. I really don't wear makeup though, because it's just associated with a lot of problems and robs you of your time. But I get it, I understand, but it's just not me, so. Oh Lord. Has anybody's life ever been improved by a car alarm? I mean, honestly, they go off at the most inconvenient times. When someone is breaking into your car, I mean, does that really stop the theft? Probably not, honestly. Because people probably just ignore it. But anyways, guys, yeah, I just escaped with a little sage. So yeah, I hope you all found this video helpful. I'm going to get on out of here and get back to work. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.